Okay, so this is my last contribution to Star Wars. The D23 trailer just released, and what blared in my mind is how much more influential movies like Star Wars is compared to look at the sales of Star Wars throughout all of the generations, all three, including the cartoons. Compare that to the average views of, films and documentaries about the Holy Bible. Just think about that before we end this video. Harry Potter makes more views than biblical documentaries, okay? And Bible study, a lot of kids are disinterested in, so what is more influential? You gotta think about how many views all the movies make, like X-Men, Star Wars, Deadpool, and of course movies that have more and more significant spiritual content. And then of course you gotta think about music videos, TV shows. You can literally, it's kind of ideal to literally put real stuff in, I was watching Supernatural the other day, season 1, where they're hunting down the Devas, and that stuff is real, but it doesn't matter as long as it's idealized. But that's why TV is more influential, why TV shows, music videos, internet, trending ideas, why all that's more influential. So it has happened. What was bound to happen. The fall of the Jedi Order. And creating a new... You see, this is what I was talking about, and this is what I'll keep talking about with Star Wars, is that they're going to negate the Jedi Order. They're going to make it look bad. Because of all this stuff about pride, and, basically, and the whole thing about pride being stupid, leading to them doing bad things, what Luke Skywalker was talking about. But yeah, it's just the lack of balance, and the only way to actually create balance is to basically join the dark side. We've seen Rey with the double lightsaber like Darth Maul, and we've seen it in the past with the Star Wars prequels, and the original and the whole story is that even though he was the chosen one, he turned to the dark side. But the thing about real life philosophy and real life spirituality is that there's no such thing as completeness unless you actually give in to your own dark side, to your own shadow. And there's always going to be disarming until you do so, because always having positive ions in you is going to bring mental imbalance. But spiritually and even scientifically proven that if you have negative ions, if you focus on negative ions, then you become more balanced, you become pretty much less mentally ill. And so so now we are seeing this delving into the dark side, like it's a completely natural thing. And it honestly is, philosophically and even spiritually, it's natural, because there's no balance without a dark side. But yeah, the Skywalker saga is coming to an end. This is the finale, and I'm very looking forward to it. Every time I watch a new Star Wars trailer, I get all teary-eyed, starting with Rogue One. I really, really liked the Awakening trailer, the Force Awakening trailer, but I didn't start getting emotionally invested until Rogue One and their trailers and all that. Because this is the thing about my past. I grew up with the original trilogy, and and both of them, the prequels and the original trilogy. And I'm very well looking forward to my personal saga, one of my favorite sagas of all time, coming to an end. And I kind of called it, is that there's no such thing as balance, so we're going to see the Jedi fade away, and the idea of the Sith being more morally acceptable in the end, and that is what I called out, and that is what I saw. So this D23 special look trailer goes through all 8 previous movies, and in order from release. Not in order, cosmological order, or in timeline, but by release date, 1970s to 2005. And then, of course, the new trilogy. I'm looking forward to it, and I really, really hope that they go in that direction, and the direction I've been calling forth, and the direction that I've been noticing, and the direction that I really think is the best idea, is that the dark side completely takes over. But not fully that. More like the Jedi no longer exist, and the idea of the Sith as being evil no longer exists. And the new gray Jedi emerge, and they're all, the gray code. There's the light code of the light side, and there's the code of the dark side being passion, and the light side being abstinence. But the middle pillar, the Miller side, the middle, that's where it should go. Things are going to happen in this movie, and it's going to be a good movie regardless. But this is the final Star Wars movie in the Skywalker saga, and I've been there since I was a little kid, watching Anakin and Luke, and then now the new ones, getting hyped more and more with how this series is going to end. And I'm very, very excited.